Hi, everybody. Good evening to you. So, how are you? Hope you're having a wonderful day. So, I was almost finished up for the night and I noticed that Foodie did another video. She did a road trip vlog of sorts where she drove through a small town and she went to go see a church, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it, try to make her boring content a little less boring. Normally, I start with stuff on Twitter, but there's nothing on Twitter to add to this, so we're just going to get straight into the video. And Booger's got a case of the zoomies. Booger, what are you doing? You got the zoomies, girl? You got to love the cat zoomies. She's going crazy right now. My cat. Anyway, the good news is the vlog is rather short, so we're not going to be here that long. So let me just go ahead and pull up the vlog. We'll just get that started. Okay, and we're getting past the scameos because I am not going to show that. I refuse. Okay, so there's the start of the video. She's in a restaurant. She's claiming that she's having a bowl of soup. So let's just start from there. Okay, let's do this.
Beauty. I decided to stop at my favorite soup place and get a hearty barley soup. Now, this is completely vegetarian, and I love mushing up that packet of crackers inside of it. Really good comfort food.
This is like the second time that she stopped at a restaurant and she claimed that she's only eating the soup. And I find that hard to believe for several reasons. For one, uh, wasn't she supposed to take the Unimate? The drink, the Metamucil drink before her meals? No mention of that. No seeing the bottle on the table before she eats. And if she's taking a road trip, she's got to be eating more than just this. This is not going to hold her over. So either A, Chantal, you ate more than just the soup and you're just showing us the soup, which is basically the appetizer, or did you have a bag of snacks in the car to tide you over during the trip? Anyway, these are just my thoughts. Let's go.
Before I head out. Hi guys, so I've decided to take a drive to St. Raffles, Ontario. There's a church that burnt down there, and it's very popular. People go there to take wedding photos and just to see the remains of this church. So here's a little bit more about it. So here's a bit of,
You know, Chantal, I'm going to point out all the areas where you went wrong with this vlog. Here's the first area where you went wrong. Instead of doing a voiceover and showing us pictures and all that, you could have talked about the church. I mean, you want to be a world-class, world-traveling vlogger. Then if you're going to go somewhere of some kind of significance, why not just free flow talk about it? You know, like go on Google, do some research, and just talk about it to the audience. You know, give it more of a personal feel by talking about it versus doing a voiceover.
bit of history on St. Raffles Parish. The Roman Catholic Church is located in St. Raffles in the South Glengarry region of Ontario. This large parish served at one time as a congregation of Gaelic-speaking Catholic Highlanders who had settled in East Upper Canada in 1786. It was also at one point the center of the Roman Catholic Church in all of Upper Canada, and today is recognized as the founding church for the Anglophone Catholics of the province. In 1817, part of the church became a boys' school, followed by a college for training men into priesthood, making St. Raffles among the first to house Roman Catholic educational.
Oh, and I will pre-warn all of you ahead of time. There's a lot of filler footage in this video, a lot of it. This is so she could stretch out the video and make it longer, and she doesn't have to talk. So there's just pre-warning you, lots of driving footage, lots of the overuse of the music, all of that.
Institutions. However, in 1970, a devastating fire destroyed the roof and interior of the church, but its walls, constructed with impressive masonry work, still remain today. It is now protected by the Heritage Act. It was declared a National Historical Site in 1999. Its ruins stand as a memoriam of one of the founding settlements of the Canadian nation. All right, so it's about 20 kilometers from here, and it's a small farm town here. So let me show you some of the way. I love.
And again, she didn't have to put the music over everything, over the footage. She could have talked her way through it, like just talked about her thoughts going through this small farming town. I mean, the footage is beautiful, but just putting the music over it, why? You're going to this town, just you can give your thoughts about the town, the buildings that you see, anything. Show some kind of passion about what you're doing.
Love the farming landscape of Ontario. Is that cow looking at me? I love the bucolic.
I don't think the cow was looking at you, but if it did, the things that it would say to you, the insulting things I'm sure it would say.
Beauty of the countryside and the quaint little country homes are.
By the way, Chantal, here's a missed opportunity. You have an ambiance channel. You're in Canada, surrounded by all the beauty of Canada, the snow, the trees, the landscape, the beautiful, quaint towns. What more perfect place could you ask for making ASMR / ambiance videos? You could have gotten all kinds of footage to make an ambiance videos. Yes, I'm jealous. I'll admit it. I'm jealous because I have an ambiance channel and I'm not surrounded by that kind of beauty, but I still do ambiance videos. But there you are with all that wonderful nature. You could have gotten so much footage and you could have made so many natural ambiance videos, which people love, absolutely love. Even a driving video. Did you do any of that? No. And you've got several channels, including that one. So by filming one video, just focusing on one video, you missed getting footage for all different kinds of content. Idiot.
So gorgeous. All right, now let's enjoy some of these windy country roads together.
All driving footage with no talking. Could have talked about anything. Could have talked about the town. Could have talked about the history of the town. Speaking of which, like watching this video, because I did take a peek at it, all I could think was, yeah, you're making this video about the church, but small towns are fabulous. They've got all little out of the way places in the town, like little shops and such. She could have stopped and found those shops and gone shopping or shown the things in the shops, like really given the vibe of the place and shown us really interesting places that we would never ever see. Didn't do that though.
We are now entering Martintown, Ontario, that has a population of 270 people. Can you help me? I need more energy.
The irony of her using that song, I need more energy. And she's always tired and she always needs more energy.
Can you help me? I need more energy. There's always a choice. Can you help me? Just look how cool this house is. Let's check it out. So this house is in Martintown, Ontario. Small town. Oh, it has a Santa sleigh. Don't know the story about this house. Let's see. Oh, it's the grist mill. This mill was built in 1846 to replace part of a milling complex developed by Malcolm.
I'm not trying to be mean, Chantal, but you just got out of your car and you are breathing heavy like you've been moving boxes up and down 2 flights of stairs. And I know what that's like because I actually did that when I moved from Long Beach to Washington. That's what I did. I had to move all my stuff down 2 flights of stairs because I was on the second floor and I sounded out of breath just like that for about an hour. But you just got out of your car and you walked up to this sign. How are you this out of breath? See, the thing is, you want to be a world traveler, do you not? You claim that you want to see the world, you want to see places, but wouldn't it be important to be in correct physical shape so you can do all that? If you are essentially a prisoner of your own body because of your weight, where you can't walk and you can barely breathe, how are you going to see the world? You're not going to be able to. But just the amount of heavy, labored breathing in this vlog is very concerning.
McMartin. You guys can pause and read that if you want to. A very interesting part of history here in the small town Ontario. I love driving through these little towns. All right, back on the road.
Well, that's a shame that you like driving to the towns, which is fine. But if you explore the town, that's even more fun and you can show more interesting things. Like I said, small towns they are hidden treasures. There's all kinds of like little shops and things, little places that you would ordinarily see. You can go up and meet people, talk to people about the town. There's all kinds of things to find. All you have to do is look around and see, but you don't want to explore. You just want to go through a small town and drive right past it. You got one destination in mind. You're going to go there, get some footage for a 15-minute video and call it a day. Meanwhile, you're missing all kinds of great stuff.
Wow. I had to get out and film this tree. It's really cool. And the color of the water. It's like a little lake bog type hybrid. But I love this.
There's way too much of the music here. I mean, I appreciate the scenery. It looks gorgeous. I mean, I love the peacefulness of it all. I dig it. You guys know I love the ambiance stuff, but it's just this is a vlog. This is not like an ambiance video. There should be a lot more talking here, a lot more interaction, because if you're looking to be a world-class vlogger, you're interacting with your audience. You're making them feel like they're right there next to you and you're sharing the experience with them versus just, I need to get some footage for my YouTube channel and monetize it. And I'm not trying to be hateful again, Chantal, but given the fact that you're having a hard time driving with your feet barely touching the pedals and your front seat all the way to the back seat and your bad vision, should you be driving? You haven't got any prescription glasses yet. Should you be driving? I don't think you should. And even worse, if something medically happened to you alone during these long drives, you don't have anybody there to help you. So is it a good idea to do vlogs like this while you're alone? No.
All right, and we've arrived at St. Raphael's Parish. Here's our first look at the hollowed out building.
You know, call me crazy, but the feeling that I'm getting from this vlog is that she was looking around for a place to go where nobody else would be. She wants to be a world class vlogger, right? But she's avoiding places where there's going to be lots of people, other people who might be vlogging, other people that might see her. And I also find it very strange that she has talked about like she's afraid of somebody seeing her. She's afraid of people stalking her, recognizing her. But yet she wants to be a vlogger, which means you have to go to public places, which means you're going to be around people. So what kind of vlogger are you going to be, Chantal? Are you only going to show us places where there's no one? Because that's going to be hard to do. That's all you and Salah did in Kuwait was find places where there was no one, but you're going to run out of places sooner or later. If you want to find the best places, you got to go where the people are.
All right, guys, so I'm finally here at the St. Raphael's ruins. And basically what happened in a nutshell is that there was a fire in 1970 that consumed the St. Raphael's parish. And St. Raphael's is actually one of the earliest Roman Catholic churches in English-speaking Canada. So it's a historic site. It was declared that in 1999. And, you know, mashallah, the four walls remain. So that's what we're going to look at, I guess. There's, you know, there's bars on the openings. So I don't think we're allowed in right now. So let's see. There's also...
She's so out of breath. Chantal, I don't know what's going on with you, but the way you're talking, like you're in such a hurry to talk and you're out of breath when you talk. Should you be going back to Kuwait right now? I don't think you should.
a cemetery right on the grounds, as well as there usually is with any parish. So let's just check this out and see what it is. There's the sign, St. Raphael's ruins. It's a cemetery.
I'm not going to lie, that's a beautiful church. Absolutely beautiful. I would be spending some time just walking around the grounds, checking it out. Really beautiful location.
Hi. Good, how are you? All right, here it is. Let's check that out. No, I think it's closed for the season, meaning you can't go in. La mémorable église.
You know, knowing Chantal, she probably picked this location on purpose because it is the off season and nobody's allowed in, so less chance of seeing anybody. But I'm sure she got a bit of anxiety and nervousness when she saw that other person, even though he didn't do anything wrong. He just said hello to her. But she was expecting that nobody would be there. Absolutely no one.
Église Saint-Raphaël, construite en 1821, dont l'intérieur fut ravagé par le feu en 1966. Okay, that's enough for me. Okay, here's one barred entrance. I think they're doing some construction. Now, this bell was part of the church. You know when you hear the bell for announcing Mass? Well, that is the original one, half destroyed in the
Again, I'm not being a jerk. Y'all hear that labor breathing, right? That's horrible. Absolutely horrible.
fire. And over there, okay, and that's the stage or elevated area where you would have the Mass presented by the priest, I'd imagine. And the pews were probably on either side here where the grass is. This one and that one. That's it. Not really a whole lot to see, I guess.
Hence the reason why you should have taken a tour around the small town. You could have made that an entire complete vlog. You could have shown the church. The church is beautiful, but the church footage with some footage around town, showing different shops, different places, that would have been a complete vlog. Like, hey, I'm going to really explore this town and this church, put it all together, wrapped it up with a neat little bow. But you missed a lot of the great stuff you could have had with this vlog and had content for an ambiance channel.
Here's the SD&G valleys. Quite nice. The country homes. Today's perfect weather for this, too. Not too cold, not snowy. Wow. I just want to intercept and say that you'll see these little sides jutting out on either side.
Like, Chantal, why did you have to do a voiceover for this part? Like, you're right there, you're in front of the church. Why not just talk about the church? Why do you keep doing these voiceovers?
Of the building, because the structure architecture is that of its cruciform architecture, which most Christian churches have the design of the crucifix. You know, one side will have the baptismal font, the other will have an altar, and so on and so forth. That's a really gorgeous view, actually. Amazing. So I'm walking up to the church.
Okay, so I guess, like, out of this 10-minute vlog, I'm sorry, 15 minutes, and a lot of it was driving footage and music. So I guess we're done just showing the church. Like, this vlog is, we're done. And the next 5 minutes you're gonna be talking about yourself. Again, another failure on your part.
And this, you know, a little over middle-aged man, looked like to be a bit of an elderly man, was walking towards me, and he had like a camera stick, selfie stick, and he says, "Good day," and I was like, "Hello," and then he stopped and like talked to me a bit, and I'm kind of awkward, like I don't know really what to say to strangers in public sometimes, and I was just like, "Oh, just very nice person," just kind of reminded me of my grandfather, and just was like talking about like how nice the weather is here and the ruins. Apparently this person videos as well, so they were here videoing. And sometimes you'll see that if you go to like historical landmarks or like very popular tourist places, people just videoing and vlogging. And driving here, I was like, I feel so blessed. Like, I love vlogging. I'm starting to really enjoy it. And
I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, but she's saying now, while she's in Canada, while she's in her home country, while she's feeling a bit more relaxed and a bit more free, I enjoy vlogging. Let's see if she keeps the same energy and the same attitude when she goes back to Kuwait, because something tells me she won't keep it for long, especially when it becomes spring and then summer, when the temperatures start to rise. How much vlogging is she actually going to do if she's very sensitive to the heat? She loves the colder weather, but there's not cold weather all year round. So because you're sensitive to the heat, how are you going to keep up this vlogging, Chantal? Or are you going to do what you've always done? And when you are in Kuwait and it's 115 degrees outside, you're going to tell people, oh, it's too hot outside. I can't do it. I can't vlog. And that'll give you the perfect excuse to do more mukbangs. You were in Canada for 2 weeks. You might be in Canada for 2 more weeks, maybe more. I don't think you're going to do much more vlogging. In my opinion, you're just doing this vlogging just so you can go back and say to your subscribers, Look, see, I did some vlogs and I went out, just to get them off your back. I don't think you're doing this because you enjoy it. You don't like being in public places. You don't like being around other people. Even if the person is nice to you, like the elderly gentleman you're talking about, he was nice to you. He was just saying hello. He wasn't being rude. He was being completely polite. It still made you feel awkward. You don't like to feel awkward. You said yourself, you don't like to feel uncomfortable. Being around people makes you feel uncomfortable. So if being around people makes you feel uncomfortable, how in the world are you going to be a vlogger? Because vloggers are around people and they go places and they do things. And those are things you don't like to do.
It's like a modern art. I would consider that a modern art because, people are not really, I mean, TV shows are still a thing, but vlogging is a new form of media entertainment, and it's growing, year by year it's growing, and so many more people are vlogging.
So
And
she took this vlog that was supposed to be about the the church and being in a small town, and she just said, "Screw it. It's going to be about me. Focus on me. Put the camera on me." Granted, you are part of the vlog because you are the person showing everything to everybody, but the main focus is on where you are. But you're the narcissist in you has to put the camera back in your face.
I love to watch vlogs more than television shows. I like to live in reality, and I'm always
What?
interested.
She's what? Hold on, what? I like to live in reality. What? Miss Filter Queen, what? Lying about your weight, what? Putting on a fake persona, what? You like to live in reality. Oh, that's right, your reality. My mistake.
How people make that reality entertaining. You can mix the two. You can mix your reality with some entertainment and some artistic touches. And what is
Wait a
that?
minute. I'm thinking about the live that Chantal did earlier today. And she came on live and she told the story about being in a reactor's chat, I guess. And they put on her video, and people in the chat were saying, "This is boring. Can we please watch something else?" Like a lot of people were saying that. And in that moment, when she was doing the vlog, she was celebrating being boring, although being boring as a content creator is nothing to celebrate. Like, that's the death of your channel when things get so boring that people just they don't want to do it. So although she was celebrating being boring and making it seem like a good thing, obviously she thought otherwise because she's doing this vlog. I think people's comments about her being too boring really got to her. So she's like, I have to switch it up. If people are in somebody's chat and they're saying that I'm boring, and there's a lot of people saying it, I think that hurt her narcissistic ego. So she's doing this vlog to people not be too bored, or just to say, I'm not boring. Look, I'm doing a vlog for you.
Wow, the stones on this church are really nice. I know I'm Muslim and I'm not a church, but it's a historical landmark. And as long as, I'm not here worshiping, I'm here as a tourist, and that's fine. Totally halal.
You know what, Chantal? Whether you are a Muslim woman or not, and I'm leaning more in the direction of not, because you make up your own rules for everything that you do. You've not behaved in the way that a Muslim woman would behave. Like, you use profanity. You're you you're doing all this in public too. You use profanity. You smoke. You're gluttonous. Okay, you're not about keeping yourself clean. You're not about that life. You're not about doing your prayers. So, like, you know, you're at a church. You got nothing to worry about.
I'm glad I got some sweaters for Christmas, and I bought myself a.
Again, she's turning the conversation to focus on me. Let's talk about me. The vlog went from being about showing the church, showing a small town, to, okay, enough with that. Let's talk about me. what about you? Don't you talk about yourself enough? So you're not getting it. Live chats, when they're about you, they're about you. Videos, when they're about you, are about you. Mukbangs, when you do them, are about showing food in front of people that looks tasty and appetizing, that other people would want to eat or they're curious to eat, and they're looking at you as the mukbanger to describe what it tastes like. So you're not like all the way the star in those videos, but here's this vlog where the focus is primarily not supposed to be you, and you're turning it into you. you failure.
Couple, and there's gonna be Boxing Week sales all week, so I'm gonna go.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your shopping. Nobody cares. No one, absolutely no one. No one cares if you go out to Maurice's and get 10 new sweaters and 20 pairs of sweatpants. Nobody cares. And I'm, again, not trying to be mean to you, Chantal, but since you're talking about clothing, can I recommend strongly that you get a new head covering? Because the one that you have on, I'm looking at it right now, it looks like it needs to be replaced. It's very pilled. It needs to be replaced. You've worn it too long. So while you're shopping for sweaters and sweatpants and whatnot, pick up a new head covering, because that one, it needs to be retired.
And go shopping with you guys. This is one of my sweaters. I really like it.
This vlog is not about sweaters. Nobody cares.
So yeah. Anyways, guys, I guess that's it. I wanted to show you some of the drive while it's still light. It gets dark pretty early in the winter here. But I get a lot of questions. Do I miss Kuwait? And do I love being in Canada? And the answer is yes at the same time.
You know what, Chantal? I'm looking at the title of this vlog. It says, Winter Road Trip to See the Old Spooky Church Ruins. That's the title, is it not? I'm looking at it. It's right there. So the focus is the ruins and the town, not you. Not about, this has nothing to do with personal questions, your personal life, you going back to Kuwait. Why do you have to include it? Can that not be included in another video or a live stream? This is why you will never make it as a vlogger. You're trying to mix you, your personal stuff, in with a vlog that has nothing to do with you. Ugh.
Both. I miss Kuwait.
Nobody cares about that either.
It's totally different than here, but it's a good different. Like, it's good to be in the different. You know, I like to be in the familiar and in the different. So I like to have both worlds in my life. And it's been hard juggling the two, but I enjoy it, you know. I just
You know,
I miss
this is probably gonna, for those that are over the age of 30, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm getting very strong. Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret vibes. If anybody's read that book, you know what I'm talking about.
my family in both worlds, and I try to juggle in between. You know. It's cold. My nose is cold. I'm enjoying the winter though, like subhanallah. It's so beautiful out here. This is my weather. This is my environment. I'm born here. It's in my blood. You know. The smoky winter air because of people having fires, and that it's crisp and cool and refreshing. And don't you just love the what kind of trees are those? I think they're pine trees, right? Balsam? I don't know.
Now, if you're going to turn this into an all about you vlog versus a town church vlog, why not take the time and just go take a walk? Combine both. Beautiful scenery. You're in a place where you can go take a walk. Bonus, you'll get some exercise. Build your stamina up so you won't be so tired all the time and so out of breath. Like you said in one of your walks that you have to fool yourself into thinking it's not exercise by just taking a walk and not thinking about what you're doing. So why can't you do that now? Wouldn't that be a good idea?
I took a drive out here. It was worth the trip. All right, so I guess that's it, guys.
You drove all the way out there just to get less than 15 minutes worth of footage. What a waste. What an absolute waste. What a waste. Other vloggers, when they go places, they get as much footage as they can of everything before they leave. They make it worth the time and spending the gas money to go to those places. You just drive in, get a 5 minutes worth of footage, drive out. Girl, get with the program.
I'm going to head out now. I hope you had a wonderful holiday, and New Year's is coming. So I hope you have your resolutions ready, the ones that you'll never even work on. Because that's the problem. The problem is not that we don't fulfill our New Year's resolutions, it's the fact that we don't even bother trying to work on them.
Well,
Which, well, that's
Chantal, we hear the same not New Year's resolutions from you all the time. I'm going to do stuff about my weight. I'm going to get my weight under control. I'm going to get my BED under control. I'm going to get myself healthy. I'm going to take care of my health. But you know what you follow up with when you say that? You always use the same words. I'll do it tomorrow, or someday, or soon. It's never today or now. You are best friends with tomorrow and someday and soon because that means you can put it off. But you will never talk to today or now because those two things mean change has to happen immediately. You are a big time procrastinator. You don't want to go up in the attic and clean out all the mess. You know you should, but then you start thinking about the process of cleaning out the attic and moving things around and sweeping things. And then you start thinking about those things. And then you're like, it's too much work. I'll do it tomorrow. But your health is at a point where you can't put it off anymore. You really, really can't. Like you wait too long, tomorrow will never come.
my problem, at least. I mean, yeah, in order to succeed, we have to try, right? All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for coming along. I like to show you parts of Canada that you might enjoy. And I have a split audience. So for those of you who like the more nature, calm aspects and, the more educational side, you'll like these kind of vlogs. So I do have some shopping vlogs coming up. Bye, guys.
Yeah, but you could have gone shopping in town, little quaint places. You didn't do that, but you're going to go take us to Maurice's? Okay. Okay, so that was the vlog from Chantal. And that's it for my react. It's kind of a shorter one tonight, but that's okay. I know some of my reacts go over an hour. I wish they could be an hour, but want to cover everything from Chantal. But this was a shorter one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Really love seeing the comments from you guys, and I appreciate them. So everyone, please take care and have a good one. Bye now.